Christ and the 10th seeded Eagles from Trinity Edwardsville. My name is Ryan Roth. I'll be doing your play-by-play today. I'm here with my esteemed colleague, Peter Roth. And Peter, we've got a very interesting matchup today between the 8th-seeded Comets and the 10th-seed Eagles. The Comets came to this game after really 3 good matchups early on. You know, they beat Batavia Friday night, 54-32. They lost in the second round to Palatine, 41-33. And then they defeated Emmanuel Belvedere 45-42 in the consolation bracket. Where Edwardsville came this game beating Arlington Heights 42-39 on Friday night. They lost to Nashville Oakville 33-30, and then they beat Springfield Our Saviors 32-27 last night. And now, Peter, what are some of your keys to the game today?
Well, we're here with the early morning matchup at 9:30, so the biggest key for both teams to start out with is make sure you're awake, ready to go. 9:30 games sometimes can have a little bit of a slow start as the teams try and shake out.
I would like to welcome everyone here to Championship Sunday in the 42nd Annual Lutheran Sports Association State Grade School Basketball Tournament. We would like to introduce both teams in our 5th place game this morning and open with a pre-game prayer. But before we begin today's games, I'd like you to please stand. Put your hands over your heart as we have our national anthem. Thank you. This morning's game for 5th place in our state 2016 tournament will involve the visiting team, the Eagles from Edwardsville Trinity. And the home team on the scoreboard will be the Comets of Peoria Christ. At this time, let's introduce the Eagles from Edwardsville Trinity. Their head coach is Chris Schaefer. His assistants are Mark Harrison and Don Schaefer. Now the players. Number 5, Morgan Aschauer. Number 11, Jolie Hosto. Number 13, Arrington Farmer. Number 21, Logan Swanner. Number 14, Jennifer Leitner. Number 22, Zoe Waddell. Number 23, Elena Hatcher. Number 35, Riley Isbell. Number 43, Peyton Aschauer. Number 44, Kate Chappell. Now the starters. Number 1, Emma Daniel. Number 2, Chloe Langendorf. Number 3, Caitlin Reynolds. Number 4, Elena Bozart. And number 15, Anna Stewart. Those are the Eagles from Edwardsville Trinity. Now let's introduce the Comets from Peoria Christ. Their head coach is Paige Stage. Her assistant is Jennifer Jordan and statistician John Jordan. Now the players. Number 1, Allison Teskey. Number 3, Elena Rudebeck. Number 4, Kennedy Fuller. Number 5, Miracle Thomas. Number 20, Benasia King. Number 22, Brandy Braggs. Number 23, Kamani Bailey. Now the starters, number 2, Cammie Hess. Number 10, Callie Stage. Number 12, Neona Phillips. Number 15, Denali Craig Edwards. And number 21, Jenna Beck. Those are the comments from Peoria Christ. Now, please bow our heads for a word of prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day, the opportunity to represent our schools this day. We ask you to give safe travel to all the teams. We thank you for the talents you've given these young ladies, both on and off the basketball floor. Please watch over the players, the fans, the officials. May the Holy Spirit guide us and direct us in all that we do and say. May we all be to your glory. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Good luck, girls.
All right, so starting for the Comets in the white tops, blue bottoms, Cammie Hess, Callie Stage, Nyana Phillips, Denali Craig Edwards, and Jenna Beck. And for the Eagles, and they're all green, Emma Daniel, Coley Langendorf, Caitlin Reynolds, Elena Bozarth, and Anna Stewart. So Peter, kind of before the starting lineups, what are some of your keys to the game today?
As I was saying before, we did starting lineups and the national anthem. Both teams need to be ready to go. Early morning game, sometime you can start a little slow. Just have your legs under you and look towards knocking down shots. As you see the tip won by Edwardsville. Other thing,
and right off the back, here's Beck, takes it all the way to the hole. Can't finish. Rebound offense. Actually, the ball gets knocked away. And finally, number two, Langendorf is able to gain it, and we're going to have a traveling violation, and the ball will go back to the Eagles. That was a great take early on for Jenna Beck, who comes in the game as the team's leading scorer this year, averages 18 points a game in the tournament. I mean, not in the tournament, but for the regular season. But that's the take that you want if you're a Comets fan.
That was going to be my next point in the keys of the game. Jenna Beck has to get touches in their offense, as we saw in that first possession.
Right, good defense there by Beck on Langendorf. Shot from the corner is good by number 1, Emma Daniel. Daniel's first basket of the game puts the Eagles on top 2-0, and right away the full court pressure put on the Comets, but number 15, Craig Edwards, is able to break it by herself. Beck will reset the offense at the top of the key. Edwards in the corner for 3, can't get it, and it fouls her own shot. Edwards with the offense, Craig Edwards with the offense rebound. Craig Edwards resets the offense. Pierre, the Eagles, run that 2-3 zone defense. We'll see if it limits Beck today.
I think it's a good strategy, as they have a slight size advantage, as we see a miss in the corner from Peoria. Slight size disadvantage in the post, so a 2-3 zone should really shut down that interior offense that Peoria is looking to get.
So we'll see number 10, Callie Stage for the Comets. She is their firecracker at the top on perimeter defense-wise, and right away she knocks the ball out of bounds, and she'll be all over the place. I mean, look at the defense, the Comets just all over the place, and right away a steal. And they get to Beck right away. Beck with the runner, in and out, can't get it. And nice rebound by Bozarth. And Bozarth's pushing for the Eagles. Bozarth takes it right at Stage. Bozarth decides to reset the offense, works it back to Reynolds. Reynolds works it around to Daniel. Correction, Langendorf. Again, they're trying to find something down low, and look at Beck just blocks the shot, and she takes it herself. Beck wants to take it all the way to the hole. She stops, but unfortunately she's going to get whistled for the traveling violation. Again, you've seen in just the early minutes that Beck is a big focal point in that offense, Peter.
Yeah, she is the engine that runs the machine here for Peoria, and she's getting open looks so far in this game. That elbow jumper is one of her favorite spots on the court.
Now, 2 great passes there for the Eagles to break up the full court pressure. But look at the Comets' defense is just so tenacious, and we'll see if the Eagles can get any shots off. And just as I say that, another jumper by number 1, Emma Daniel. Daniel now with 4 points, and the lead is up to 4 at 4-0. And right on the other side, the Eagles put up full court pressure. And Beck's able to have a cross-court pass. Nice shot for the Comets, can't get it. And then another rebound by Reynolds, and Reynolds is pushing for the Eagles. Reynolds gets the ball stolen away by Stage, and now Stage, who was the shortest player in the court, wants to take it all the way to the hole, can't finish, and we're going to have the ball returned back to the Eagles. But you can see what Stage does on the defensive end. Look at Emma Daniel, comes in this game averaging 8 points a game in the tournament, has 4 halfway through the first quarter, and the lead is 4.
She's found the weak spots in the zone so far against Peoria. Those short corner areas, as we see an almost turnover for Edwardsville, are spots that are open in this offense. As we see her put up another shot from
Daniel
right
with the miss,
spot.
but look at the offense board by Bozarth. Bozarth takes it right at number 22, Brandy Briggs. But if you look at the rebound advantage, it's 4-1 already for the Eagles, and the Eagles the Eagles are nowhere near the height advantage that the Comets have.
It's been so far good positioning and good use of the body on the defensive end, as we're going to see a travel there on Peoria.
And that's 3 turnovers so far for the Comets. Again, the Comets come in this game with 18-5 on the season. And we thought this game was going to be the Comets win handily, and so far it's been all Eagles so far.
It's been a really good showing by Edwardsville to start this game. They've come out and run their game plan the way they wanted to. They've found the weak spots in the zone, and they have prevented any Peoria easy looks.
Reynolds with a poor pass, but Stewart was able to save it. The Eagles don't have a deep bench. They typically run the same 5 starters all game. And a nice steal there by Beck. And Stage is pushing. Stage just smartly decides to reset the offense. Works it around to Craig Edwards. Back to Stage. Stage for 3. A little bit short on that one. Rebound there by Stewart. And another rebound for the Eagles. And just they're limiting those second chance opportunities for the Comets. Good defense there by Hess. The Eagles have to get back. We're gonna have a 30-second timeout for the Eagles as they were coming close to that 10-second violation. But again, back to the Eagles. Peter, they're 5-1 in rebound advantage, and a lot of that is the Comets just are not getting the second chance opportunities.
Yeah, like I said, Edwardsville has done a good job so far of getting position in the defensive end and making sure that Peoria gets one shot and is done with their possession. I think they've done a great job boxing out, and it shows in that rebounding advantage, like you mentioned, being 5-1.
I think the key thing, though, is the zone defense is just limiting Jenna Beck from getting the hoop. You saw on the first drive that she was able to take it all the way to the hole, rimmed in and out, and since that point, she hasn't had any opportunities like that.
Yet, she has been cut off from getting to the hoop. What they're going to have to watch, 2-3 zone, the free throw line area is very susceptible to open shots since there's nobody there to cover it. And Jenna Beck has a nice stroke right there from the elbow on both sides. So if she starts knocking down jumpers from that spot, Edwardsville's might have to change their defensive strategy a little bit.
So here's Bozarth to inbound, and right away Beck with the steal. Beck, a 7th grader, and she's gonna get fouled there by number 2, Chloe Langendorf. That's gonna be Chloe's team's first. So we're 3.5 minutes into the game. That's actually the first foul. So there hasn't been many fouls called so far,
nope.
Which definitely plays into the Eagles' game.
Yeah, Eagles really can't look to get into foul trouble. Like you mentioned, they don't play a very long bench. And with starters picking up fouls early on in this game, it could spell trouble for them later on.
Beck, nice cross course pass to Hess. And Hess drills it from the outside. And Cammie Hess's first basket cuts the lead back down to 4-2. And that shows you the difference maker that Beck is with the great pass. And then the other side knocks the ball away. She almost just rips the ball away. And we're going to have a possession arrow back to the Comets. So 2 great plays there by Beck on both sides with the cross-court pass to Hess for the jumper, and then the other side rips the ball away from the Eagles.
Yep, she's doing a great job of initiating the offense, and she knows how much pressure that Edwardsville is focusing on her. She's doing a great job of finding her teammates and being strong in the defensive end, as you saw with drawing that jump ball.
And look there, Beck gets it over to Craig Edwards, who doesn't finish, and another rebound and another non-second chance opportunity for the Eagles. For the Comets. Langendorf gets it down to the hot hand Daniel. Daniel works it back out to Reynolds. Again, it's the Comets defense is just we're gonna have a block shot. Actually, we're gonna have a foul, and that's the ball that's the person that you want to get to the free throw line. Elena Bozarth, 25 times in 3 games. She averages 56% from the free throw line. But I mean that was a great play by Bozarth. With the jumper getting fouled and going to the free throw line for 2.
Yeah, she did a good job trying to fight through the contact, get the shot up. That was good ball movement by Edwardsville as well. Trying to beat that pressure that Peoria has been putting on them all this quarter.
Bozarth a little bit short on that one. That foul was on number 2, Cammie Hess, her team's first. And we'll have a substitution in for the Eagles. Number 14, Jennifer Leitner checks in the ballgame for the first time today. Again, Bozarth trying to trying to extend their 2-point lead. Bozarth drills that one. Bozarth's first point of the game. Now the lead puts back up to 3, and right away they're able to put the full court pressure on. And we're gonna have it should have been Carey in the corner, but they're just Look at the Eagles defense down there, and then almost forcing the turnover. Hess is able to save it, and Hess takes it right at number 14, Leitner, who just checks in the ball game. And Leitner's gonna get a foul, but it shows you how good that Eagles full court pressure is. there should have been 3 or 4 turnovers there, but the ball just kept dingling around and finally gets the Comets, and finally Hess is able to save it.
They just have to go get the ball now after causing all those errant passes, as we see it. Shot from the corner a little short there for Peoria. They've got to get the ball after they almost caused a turnover. They should have had 3 or 4 turnovers that one possession.
And again, look at Stage is all over Reynolds at the top of the key, and Stage is 4 feet 8, and she can hold her own out there. Nice steal there by Craig Edwards. And here's Beck. Beck wants to push. Beck with the runner, up and good. Jenna Beck's first basket of the game cuts the lead down to 1 now at 5-4, and it feels like business is starting to pick up there with Beck able to get all the way to the hole. Here's on the outside, Daniel with another runner. Daniel with all 3 baskets for the Eagles in the first quarter. Extends the lead back up to 3 at 7-4. And both sides, we have 2 quick baskets. Beck launches over to Craig Edwards, and here comes Craig Edwards. Nice pass to Hess. Hess takes a few too many steps, and we're going to have a traveling violation. 38.9 seconds to go in this first quarter. The Eagles still lead 7-4, and just checking in the ball game for the Comets is checking back in the game is number 12, Niana Phillips.
That was really, really good court vision there by Beck to see over the pressure and find an open teammate that led to a 2-on-1 break there.
Unfortunately, Hess just took too many steps, but that's the shot that you want to take. Look at Stage, knocks the ball away. Eagles retain possession. Bozarth to inbound. Stage just doesn't allow you to rest at the top when you have the ball on the offensive end. And we're going to another knock away. The Eagles to get the ball back. 6 seconds to go in the first quarter.
I feel like Peoria has their hands on the ball every single defensive possession I've seen so far this game. They are very, very fast on the defensive end.
The thing with the Eagles is that they haven't had a lot of opportunities on the offensive end. They've just converted all of them. We're going to foul here on Stage. So that Stage is first, team second. So 24 seconds to go.
The Eagles do have to work on moving the ball faster. It seems like they're trying to do a lot of dribbling and running a slow offense, but this pressure wants them to run slow. They're trying to hurry them up.
Oh, nice pass down low. We're going to have a foul here. And I think that foul is going to be on number 15, Craig Edwards. And that was a nice way to work down low. They try to get to Leitner. And Leitner's going to go to the free throw line for 2. Leitner converts the first. Leitner is averaging 47% from the free throw line in this tournament, as well as 5 points a game. So her first point pushes the lead to 4 at 8-4.
She's done a good job coming off the bench so far this tournament for the Eagles and making a strong contribution to the team.
Leitner is a little bit short on that one. And 20.9 seconds to go. The Eagles put the full court pressure on. The Comets to inbounds. And almost stolen away by Reynolds, and actually it looks like the Comets player Hess steps out of bounds, and the Eagles to get the ball back up 4 with 20 seconds to go in the first quarter. Bozarth to inbounds. We're gonna have a quick shoe break, but unlike Peter Roth here, she actually can tie her shoes pretty fast. Bozarth to inbound. Again, trying to work down low to Leitner. The ball gets knocked away by Beck. Eagles to get the ball back, again, underneath their own basket. Again, there's not a lot of chances down low for scoring for the Eagles, so they continue to have to work around the perimeter. Again, they're trying to get down low, and Beck rips the ball away. Beck finds Hess, who's wide open in front of the pack, and Hess is going to get fouled here as she takes it to the hole, and that foul is going to be on number 14, Leitner. That's going to be Leitner's second, team's third, and Hess will go to the free throw line for 2. Hess comes in this tournament averaging 9 points a game. Hess with her first free throw made. She had missed her previous 5, and the lead is 3 at 8-5 with 12.7 seconds to go in the first quarter. And Hess converts both. And Hess now with 4 of the team's 6 points in the quarter, and the lead's down to 2. 10 seconds to go as the Eagles bring it up. Here's Reynolds, who almost loses it. So we're going to have a jump ball, almost jump ball. Leitner with the save, and we're going to have a foul here on Hess with 2.1 seconds to go. And Peter, that's going to be Hess's second. So now Hess with 2 fouls on the Comet side, and Leitner with 2 fouls. So 2 players with foul trouble so far. in this game. 2.1 seconds to go.
Both those are big issues for either team. As
Langendorf to inbound. Here's Bozarth. Bozarth with this jumper at the buzzer off the front of the rim. And after 1 quarter of play, kind of a surprising start. The Eagles lead the Comets 8-6. Very, very interesting first quarter of play, Peter. And if you look at the Comets' first quarter stats, 2 for 11 from the floor. And again, that's what brought a lot of second chance points. I've got the Comets for 1 rebound in the first quarter, and they're still able to get 11 shots off. Compared on the Eagles side, 3 for 6 from the floor. They haven't had a lot of opportunities. I mean, they have 9 turnovers in the first quarter, but you know, the Eagles are just taking opportunity of their chances.
Yeah, when they've gotten open looks against this very, very quick defense that the Comets have put out in the court, the Eagles have knocked down their shots. That is why they have a 2-point lead now, even with those 8 turnovers, as you mentioned earlier. So you got to feel pretty good if you are Edwardsville. Your first quarter didn't go all that great on the offensive end, like running your offense, because Peoria did a good job of messing up what you want to do. But you still have a 2-point lead, and you have a lot to improve on for these next 3 quarters. On the Peoria side, you just got to work on knocking down those shots. Like you said, 2 of 11 from the field. You hit 2 more of those, you're the team with a 2-point lead. Just work on slowing down your shots, making sure you're taking good shots, and knocking them down.
So right away, the Eagles with the ball to start the second quarter off. Again, the Eagles are in the all green, and Stage is all over Reynolds. And if she doesn't get the ball away, that's going to be a 5-second violation. And that's what Stage does. She might not score a lot of points. She's only had made 2 field goals so far in this tournament. But when you can force turnovers like that in 5 seconds, that's how worthy she is of that starting spot, and that means a lot to this team.
You've seen how hard she's made it for Edwardsville to initiate any sort of offense because the point guard can't see any part of the court.
3-point basket is made by Craig Edwards. Craig Edwards now, she had 7 3-pointers so far in this tournament. Make that 8, and the lead is 1 at 9-8 for the Comets. That was a great shot by Craig Edwards. And right on the other side, we're going to have a turnover for the Eagles, and all the momentum is with the Comets right now as they're on a 5-0 run.
That was a really, really big shot there by Craig Edwards. The Eagles really have to know where she is in the court. She's knocked down 8 3-point shots in this tournament now, as we see an errant pass there from the Comets for their 6th turnover. But you have to know where Craig Edwards is in the court, because those 3-pointers in a game like this are going to be huge down the line.
So the Eagles to get the ball back again, trying to slow down the Comets' momentum right now. Langendorf will inbound, gets it to Bozarth. Bozarth will work around, try to reset the offense. I mean, she is double-teamed every time she gets the ball. And then the corner, we're going to have a jump ball possession or Comets. So another turnover for the Eagles, 11th so far in the first half. And you can thank Stage and the Comets defense for those.
Yep, I've brought it up 3 or 4 times already this game. I'll bring it up again. They are so fast on the defensive end, and they just cause havoc up at the top of the key. Edwardsville really has to work on, as we see a great
nice pass to Beck down low. Beck is so smooth around the basket. Beck now with 4 points, and the lead is up to 3 at 11-8. And it started with Hess getting up. She's so quick when she gets the ball and then gets Beck down low.
Peoria's done a good job of breaking the press so far this game, as we see another almost errant pass in the corner and a block there by Beck.
You know, Daniel's just getting her, we're going to have a turnover here, but Daniel gets herself stuck in the corner, and that's where, for some reason, each possession for the Eagles is getting themselves, they just keep getting stuck in the corner. I mean, Daniel's made a couple jumpers from the corner so far in this game, and that's what the Comets want to do. They want to trap the Eagles in the baseline and use their height advantage to their advantage.
And I know it's easier said than done, but like you mentioned, whoever has the ball for Edwardsville is getting doubled every time. So someone on the court has to be open. You got to work on seeing that double come and find who's open on the court.
Stage is just all over the place. Nice jumper by Langendorf, and she nails it. Langendorf's her first basket of the game, and the lead's down to 1 now, 11-10. And Beck gets the ball stolen away, and Daniel with the numbers. Daniel with the nice pass, and Bozarth's can get fouled, and Bozarth's can go to the free throw line for 2. And that foul will be on Stage. So Peter, now Stage and Hess both with 2 fouls apiece. So 5 team fouls, but your 2 perimeter guards both with 2 fouls apiece. So we'll see if Coach Jensen will. Coach Stage will sit either one of them. Bozarth off the back of the rim on the first one.
I'm going back to that last possession for Edwardsville. They did exactly what I just brought up. They saw the double team come, found the Langendorf open on the right short corner. Free throw extended, and she knocked down the jumper. That's what they had to do on the offensive end the rest of this game.
Bozarth now 1 for 4 in this game from the free throw line, and Hess wants to take it all the way. Hess with the runner, can't finish it. Hess gets her own rebound, can't get it again. Hess with another rebound, and she's going to put it, and she's going to get fouled. Way to work down low for Cammie Hess. Hess with 2 offensive rebounds, and she's going to go to the free throw line for 2. So that foul is on number 4, Elena Bozarth, her first, team's 4th. Hess doesn't make the first one. Hess now 2 for 3 from the free throw line in this game, 4 points. She has 4 points, 3 rebounds. But here's the key: Cammie Hess is a 6th grader. She's a 5'5" 6th grader. So between Hess and Beck, both girls will be back here next year. And Cammie Hess converts the second one, and the lead is back up to 2 at 12-10 with 4:20 to go in the second quarter. And right away, the Eagles are trying to push. Nice pass to number 15, Stewart. Stewart came, nice box out by Bozarth. Can't finish, and Stage, the shortest player in the court, gets the rebound. Nice work in there by Stage with the box out, and the Comets will get the ball back. Actually, correction, that was not on Bozarth. That was a foul on number 10, Stage. Now it's Stage's 3rd foul. And Peter, I didn't see the foul there on Stage, but that foul is huge for the Comets, as she's going to sit out the rest of the first half.
That changes the Comets' complete complexion on the defensive end. Now with that person who pressures the ball out of the situation, we'll see how Peoria can handle not having all that pressure up top to protect the rest of the defense.
So we're going to have a traveling violation on the Comets there, but Brandy Briggs just checking the game for the Comets. So the Eagles, they get the ball back after forcing another turnover. That's 9 turnovers for the first half for the Comets.
It's been a very turnover-filled half so far. 24 between the two teams combined.
Reynolds, nice shot attempt there by Langendorf. A little bit short. Actually looks like it was tipped, and the Eagles retain possession. But if you look at the Comets roster, you've got Craig Edwards, who's a 5th grader. Jenna Beck is a 7th grader. Cammie Hess is a 6th grader. I mean, just a very young team, Peter.
You just named off their 3 leading scorers, too, all of which will be back next year.
Tip pass there. Nice save by Daniel. And Hess fouls her own shot. Cammie Hess with fouls her own shot, and then gets fouled with the and one, and she's gonna go to the free throw line to try to convert the and one, and that foul is gonna be on number 15 this time. Anna Stewart, her first, team's 5th. But what an effort there by Cammie Hess. 7 points in this game, trying to make it 8. And Beck with the offensive putback. Beck with the offense rebound. Beck now with 6 points, and the lead is up to 6 at 16-10 with 3:40 to go. And Beck and Hess have combined for 13 of the team's 16 points. And this side, Daniel with the missed shot attempt, and Beck with the rebound, and Beck is going to get whistled for a double dribble. But the last 2 series you saw Hess take it hard to the hole, get fouled, and go to the free throw, and then Beck with the offensive rebound and make the basket. So it's been a quick 4-second run for the Comets.
Yep, was a big 4-point swing there for Peoria to give them the biggest lead they've had so far this game. We'll see if they can continue in the defensive end. Finally,
shot attempt there by Reynolds and off the backboard, and she can't get it. And now here's Ash. Oh, Beck, nice touch pass to Hess. Hess can't get it. Hess gets her own rebound. Hess can't get it again. Beck with the offensive rebound. She can't get it. So 3 offensive rebounds, and they can't convert any of the chances. And the Eagles finally able to bring it up. Bozarth trying to get something going on in the offensive end. Here's Bozarth. She doesn't get fouled here by Beck. And that's the shot that you want Bozarth to take. She had an open look, and Beck just had to foul her.
Yeah, that was good ball movement by Edwardsville, beating the pressure, finding the open person, and getting fouled, and getting an opportunity for 2 free throws.
Bozarth with 11 field goals made so far through the first 3 games. Has yet to convert one so far in this one.
She's done a good job of getting to the line, though, so far this game.
And she converts on the first. Bozarth now with 2 points, as we see Jennifer Leitner check back into the ballgame for the Eagles. Bozarth with 2 points, and the lead is down to 5 at 16-11. Bozarth has gone to the free throw line 25 times so far in this tournament. Actually,
31 now.
Thank you, Peter. So she's 3 for 6 from the free throw line this game, and right away a poor pass, but the Comets able to save it. Miracle Thomas will bring it up, works around to Beck. Beck almost double dribble. She saves it, gets it back. Here's Beck with the wide open 3 attempt. In and out, gets her own rebound, puts it back up, can't get it, and we're gonna have a foul here. It looks like it's gonna be an over the back. Actually, it's going to be a foul. It looks like a number 14 Leitner, and that's going to be a Leitner's third foul. So Leitner here will have to take a seat on the bench here shortly. Beck with the runner. Beck a little bit short, and she's going to get fouled. And Peter, I think that's going to be on Leitner. Actually, correction, that foul is going to be on that's going to be on number 4, Elena Bozarth. So Bozarth now with 2 fouls. So back to the free throw line for 2. She's got 6 points so far today. Beck can't make the first. So she came to this game averaging 64% from the free throw line, but also one of the leading scorers so far in this tournament with 15 points a game.
And we've seen why she's averaging 15 a game so far in this game. She can score from a lot of different places on the court. She's not afraid to shoot a 3. She's good for mid-range, and she's very strong in the post as well.
And in and out on the second one, so misses both free throws, and a nice rebound there by Daniel. Bozarth and the Eagles bring it up. Again, down 4 with 2:40 to go in the first half. They're working to Langendorf in the corner. Langendorf with the runner. Can't get it. Nice rebound by Briggs. Briggs tries to get up. Shuffle, and we're going to have a traveling violation. She shuffled her feet there. Good defense there by the Eagles. So again, the Eagles trying to cut in that 4-point lead.
Peoria, I feel like, is working a little too fast for their own good right now. Maybe just slow down. Like we've seen 11 turnovers, and a lot of those have been not necessarily forced by the defense. They want to run, and they've done a good job when they've been successful.
Bozarth with the long shot. Beck with the rebound. Beck now with 5 rebounds to go along with 6, and then she finds Hess, who's going to actually get whistled for the traveling violation. The Comets just have to slow things down, Peter. I mean, if you look at just where the momentum is right now, the team is they're on a 10-4 run this quarter. But they keep having costly turnovers like that. I mean, they keep dragging their feet. They take too many steps, and again, it's just keeping the Eagles in this game.
They've been successful when they have been able to run that fast break.
We're gonna
like a foul there.
We're gonna have a foul here, and that's gonna be on Beck. So now Beck just picked up her second foul. But the key thing is that the Eagles are in bonus. So both teams are in bonus the rest of the way. And Chloe Langendorf will go to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. She is so far 1 for 6 in the tournament from the free throw line. Langendorf makes that one. Stats sometimes do lie, Peter. Now 2 for 7 from the free throw line in the tournament, and the lead is down to 3 at 16-13. Langendorf with 3 points so far in this game. So Langendorf's second one, trying to cut into that 3-point lead. And she drills both of them. Langendorf now with 4 points, and the lead is down to 2, 16-14 with 2 minutes to go in the first half. Now here's Hess again, able to break the press by herself. Hess smartly works it back around. Missed shot attempt there by Craig Edwards, and we're gonna have a foul. And I think that's gonna be on number. I think it's gonna be on number 5. Actually, it's gonna be on number 22, Brandy Briggs. So now Briggs picked up her first, but that's the 19th foul. So the next one, the Eagles will be in double bonus. And to the free throw line for a 1-and-1 is who else? Elena Bozarth.
I can see how she's gotten to the line over 30 times so far this tournament. She does a good job of drawing fouls on the offensive end and being in the right place at the right time on the defensive end. That was good.
This is going to be her 7th free throw attempt in this game. Oh, and by the way, we're still in the first half. Bozarth can't make the first. We're going to have a jump ball. Nice effort there by the Comets. I'm sorry, for the Eagles. Reynolds. And the Eagles to get the ball underneath their own basket. Bozarth inbound. Minute 57 to go in the second quarter. 16-14 is the score. The Comets, again, doing this with Stage with on the bench with 3 fouls. We're going to have a traveling violation. Nice effort there by Beck. But so we'll see if the Comets can go into the half with the lead, especially with their best guard, Stage, on the bench with 3 fouls. Beck is able to bring it up. Beck wants to take it on. Nice pass to Hess. Hess wide open for 2. She can't get it. And nice, finally, defensive rebound by Emma Daniel. Langendorf smartly, we're going to have a nice pick there by Daniel, too. Langendorf gets the ball stolen away by Hess, and Hess wants to go. Hess is so quick when she gets, and then she almost loses it, and we're going to have a double dribble on Hess. Hess, you know, that's the 13th team foul. Hess has 6 turnovers already in this game, but she's so quick, Peter. Once she lets the game come to her, I mean, she's going to be a fantastic basketball player.
Yeah, we had another jumper from the corner. Daniel sweet spot, a little short, but yeah, she's got the speed. And as we see another travel there from Peoria.
Again, it's another non-smart turnover for the Comets. Again, I get it, you know, when a player knocks the ball away or when the player steals, but it's the traveling violation, time in, time out. Just checking the ball game for the Comets is number 3, Elena Rudbeck.
And they are good when they do the fast break like they want to. When they don't shovel feet, when they make good passes. They're very effective. They're very fast as a whole team. They just have to harness that quickness and be smart with it.
Nice pass to Bozarth, who, again, Peter, is going to go to the free throw line for 2 more. And that foul is going to be on looks like number 3, Elena Rudbeck, who just checks into the game.
Hey, Taylor, you got a rebound.
Yep, so that's Rudbeck. So again, Bozarth, who's been to the free throw line for 7 times so far in the first half, will go to the free throw line for 2 more. She's trying to tie the score as they're down 2. First one up and in and out. That is not a friendly rim so far in this game for her. She's 3 for 8 from the free throw line.
It's an innate skill to be able to draw that many fouls in a basketball game.
I actually am blaming the rim. That should have gone in, Peter.
That one should have gone in. I mean, each rim is different, so another quarter might have.
Elena's second one up, and that one she gets a soft touch. Elena now with 4 points, and they all come from the free throw line. It actually comes from 9 free throw attempts, so 4 for 9 from the free throw line. And right on the side, stolen away. Here's Reynolds taking it right at Craig Edwards, and Craig Edwards just picked up her second foul as well. The Eagles are spending all day so far from the free throw line, and Reynolds is going to go to the free throw line for 2 more.
As a team, they shot 55 free throws going into this game, which was 30 more than Peoria did the first 3 games of the tournament. And I can clearly see how that happened in the first 11 minutes of this game. They live at the free throw line.
Reynolds misses the first. Reynolds is 0 for 3 so far in the tournament. Actually 0 for 4 from the free throw line in the tournament, only averaging 2 points a game. But she'll get a second one right here, trying to tie the score as they're down 1, 16-15. Reynolds' second one up, and good. Reynolds ties it at 16 with a minute to go. And you saw when Stage checked out of the game, the Comets were up 6, 16-10. And since that point, the Eagles are on a 6-0 run, and we're going to have a fouling violation. Looks like this is going to be on number 15, Anna Stewart. So Stewart just picked up her second foul. And Miracle Thomas will go to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. But back to the Eagles, Peter. They've gone to the free throw line 15 times so far today, and they've made 8 of them. So they're not shooting a high percentage, but they're still getting the free throw line 15 times.
They were shooting 25 of 55 before this game, as we see the first one go in there.
Nice shot attempt there by Miracle Thomas with her first point of the game. She comes in this game, the tournament averaging 7 points a game, and she had a game high of 12 yesterday. So Thomas just put the Comets back up 1 at 17-16, and she drills both of them. The lead is back up to 2 at 18-16. We're just under 1 minute to play in the first half. Reynolds works it to Stewart. Stewart with the runner, can't get it. And Daniel able to save it, but actually she steps out of bounds first, and the ball will go back to the Comets. And right away the Eagles again, all day long they've put up that full court pressure on. And when Stage is on the court, and right away a poor pass, she gets a Bozarth down low, and Bozarth with her first field goal made in the first half ties the game again at 18. And here Miracle Thomas on this side. Miracle Thomas takes it right at that Eagles defense, but she gets her own rebound and up and good. Miracle Thomas with the last 4 points made for the Comets and leads back up to 2 at 20-18 with 30 seconds to go. Right, here's Reynolds. Great defense right now on Rudebeck, and we're gonna have a push here on Rudebeck. Rudebeck's second foul, and Reynolds will go to the free throw line for 2. That was a great possession on both sides, especially Miracle Thomas coming off the bench and just giving those strong minutes, with 2 made free throws and then missing the shot, but getting her own rebound put back.
I mean, good things happen when you get shots up. With 16 turnovers, it's been a little bit of a struggle for Peoria. I mean, Edwardsville has the same issue with 15.
Reynolds misses the first one off the back of the rim. Reynolds 1 for 3 from the free throw line, 8 for 16 as a team. And Reynolds will get a second, but I
mean, in this grade level, though, 8th grade, 50% from the free throw line is pretty good, especially when you get there 16 times.
Reynolds' second one up and in and out. Nice rebound by Beck. Beck now with 6 rebounds in this game, and Beck wants to push it. Beck It takes it right at him, up and good. She's so soft around the rim. Jenna Beck now with 8 points and leads back up to 4 at 22-18. 14 seconds to go. Here's Reynolds. Reynolds trying to find Bozarth. Rubeck all over Reynolds. Reynolds is going to get fouled here. And this foul looks like it's going to be on number 3. Actually, it's going to be on number 21, Beck. So now Beck with 3 fouls, Stage with 3 fouls, and pretty much the entire Comets team with at least 2.
In the second half, Peoria's got to work on being smarter on defense, not reaching, moving your feet instead. The refs have clearly shown they're going to call hand checks and any sort of hand foul for this game. So as a player, you have to be smart. No, you can't do that for the next 2 quarters.
Reynolds' first one is good. Reynolds now is 2 for 5 from the free throw line this game. Checking the back in the game for the Comets is number 2, Cami Hess. So Reynolds cuts lead down to 3, 22-19.
These last 7 seconds might be really big for either team, depending on how they go.
This is the 15th free throw shot attempt in the second quarter alone for the Eagles, and it's good. And the lead is down to 2 again, 22-20. And right away, a stolen away by Reynolds gets it down to Bozarth. Bozarth puts it up and in and out, and nice rebound miracle by Hess. And she at the half court shot, the buzzer is no good. And at the half, Peoria Christ leads Trinity Edwardsville 22-20, and that was a very interesting first half. Up and down, especially with the Comets. You know, the Comets with a lot of players in foul trouble. So we'll be back here in just a few moments with some halftime stats and second half analysis. And we're back live at the half. As the Comets lead the Eagles 22-20. And Peter, a very up and down first half. And the key stat is the Comets went to the floor actually it took 27 shot attempts, only converted 8 of them. But on the other side, the Eagles 10 for 19 from the free throw line. I mean, 19 free throw attempts as a team in the first half. So again, the Comets will have to play the second half with Stage and Beck both with 3 fouls. So pretty much their entire team is in foul trouble.
Yep, Edwardsville did a really good job in that first half of drawing fouls and getting to the line and converting at a relatively high pace for how they've shot so far this tournament. They're above 50%, and coming into this game, they were hovering around the 45% mark so far through the first 3 games. So they have to continue doing a good job of converting at the free throw line, getting opportunities to go to the free throw line, because that is how they've kept themselves in this game, and working on not letting Peoria's pressure dictate what they do in the offensive end. There's been a lot of times where Edwardsville has had trouble getting into their sets and running their sets because of the pressure that Peoria and especially Stage put on the 1 and 2 guards for the Eagles. So they have to work on staying calm, staying cool and collected on the offensive end, and keep letting the pressure do the thing on the defensive end as they've caused 16 turnovers. For Peoria, it's more of the same thing, slowing down. Peoria's done a good job when they have had their speed work for them, and they've been able to stay contained and not travel or double dribble or anything. They've done a great job on the fast break of scoring. Beck has 8. A lot of those have come either on second chance or getting through the pressure and finding an open jumper or a layup. Hess has done a great job both of getting to the free throw line and getting layups opportunities by breaking through the pressure and using your speed to her advantage. If Peoria can harness that in the second half, it's going to be very tough for Edwardsville to keep up. It's be very tough for anyone to keep up. It's probably going to be pretty tough for me to keep up talking if they can run at a fast pace that whole half.
So kind of back to what you said, Peter. Beck has 8 and Hess has 7 in the first half. So 15 and 22 points by those 2 players. And we're on the other side. The Eagles are a very balanced team. You know, Emma Daniel had 3 baskets in the first quarter, hasn't scored since, so she has 6. And Bozarth has 6 points as well, and 4 of those from the free throw line.
That's how they've been all tournament. They have quite a balanced lineup, 8 points, 6 points, 5 points, 13 points. They've done a good job of spreading the wealth so far in these 4 games.
So right away to start the second quarter off again, the second half off, the Comets, you know, in the white tops, blue bottoms, working around. Again, the Eagles have just sat back in that zone all game long, you know.
And we see Peoria is trying to get them to stretch out of that zone.
With the poor shot attempt, unfortunately, Stewart's not able to save it, and the ball will go back to the Comets. That's not the shot attempt that you want for the Comets.
No, they were doing a good job there, slowly but surely getting Edwardsville to leak out of that zone and come out and pressure the ball.
Here's a 3-shot attempt by Craig Edwards, and good. Craig Edwards now with 6. Actually, they're calling it a 2-pointer. So Craig Edwards is with 5 points in this game, and the lead's back up to 4 at 24-20. You know, she's the she's their outside threat from the outside, and right away, nice pass to Hess. Hess can't finish it. Bozarth with the rebound. And Stage with the steal. And Stage gets it to Hess. I'm sorry, Thomas. And Thomas can't get it. And we're going to have a foul here, it looks like on Stewart. If that's going to be on Stewart, that's going to be Stewart's third.
All right, Hess.
Nice effort there by Hess on the, with the offensive rebound. Craig Edwards inbound, works over to Hess. I'm sorry, works over to Thomas. Thomas a little long of that one. Daniel with the rebound. And Reynolds wants to push. Reynolds wants to take it up, and good. Caitlin Reynolds pushes, and she nails it. And the lead is back down to 2 at 24-22. And just on the other side, here comes Beck. Beck wants to take it all the way to the hole. We're going to have a foul, and Beck is shaken up a little bit on that one. Beck tries to take it on 2 people, and all they had to do was stand there because she was a train that wasn't going to slow down. And actually, that 4th foul, that's going to be on Stewart. So now Stewart just picked up her 4th foul. Leitner, who also has 3, so their 2 post presents both have 3 and 4 fouls, respectively. Back works around to Thomas. Thomas with the open 3 attempt, in and out. Rebound there by number 4, Elena Bozarth. Bozarth now with 5 rebounds to go along with her 6 points. The Eagles sloppy, try and get the ball up court. Finally, Reynolds able to break the press. Works in the corner. Here's Daniel, thought about it. Smartly brings it back out. Langendorf gets it to Reynolds. Reynolds can get tripped here by Hess. Now, Hess just picked up her 3rd foul.
That's just not a good defensive foul. Slide your feet. If she's by you, she's by you. You don't want to risk getting that 3rd foul on something 20, 25 feet from the hoop.
So
Peoria, go ahead.
So substituting to the game is Brandy Briggs, just checked in, as well as number 14, Leitner for the Eagles.
I've seen a little bit of a change in strategies for both sides, as we've seen Edwardsville trying to speed up a little bit on the offensive end, and Peoria shooting from the outside.
Here's Langendorf with the runner, can't get it, but offensive rebound, and 2 offensive rebounds by Leitner, and she makes the 2nd one, and the lead is tied at 24, and right on another Comet turnover, and after the Comets had built a 6-point lead in the 2nd quarter, Stage went to the bench with 3 fouls, and since that point forward, this game has been all Eagles.
It's been a very good game to watch. Competitive-wise, both teams have been very even so far. There's not really much separation between the 2 teams on the court.
Oh, nice steal by Beck, but she steps out of bounds. Again, ball goes back to the Eagles. But you take, look at the Comets. Foul trouble-wise, you got Hess with 3 fouls, Stage with 3 fouls, Beck with 3 fouls, Craig Edwards with 2 fouls, and their entire starting lineup has more than 2 fouls.
And that's with 4 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. So there's a lot of time left for those people to add up more fouls.
And we're going to add another foul there, and that's going to be on Briggs. So Briggs just picked up her 2nd foul.
And we've seen Peoria does not really play necessarily a deep bench, so having your starting lineup completely in foul trouble is huge. If they were to play 5 or 6 people off the bench, it would be completely different. But here they play around 7, so we see good defense there by Craig Edwards, who gets the block and the ball back. But Peoria has to really watch on the defensive end, playing smart the rest of this game.
Here's Beck with the runner. Beck a little bit long on that one. Nice offensive rebound there by Phillips. And here comes Edwards. Edwards takes it right at Stage, and we're going to have a blocking foul. And that's Callie Stage's 4th foul, and we have 3.5 to go in the 3rd quarter. So your starting point guard has 4 fouls, and she's going to have to take a seat on the bench for quite some time.
And that is a very big foul. As we saw, like you mentioned, the end of the 1st half, how different the defense plays when she's not on the court. There's a lot less pressure between the half-court line and the 3-point line for Peoria.
Reynolds is at the free throw line, and she nails the 1st one. Reynolds now 4 for 7 from the free throw line, and Cami Hess just checks back in the ballgame for the Comets, who Cami Hess also has 3 fouls. So Reynolds now 4 for 7 from the free throw line. She's got 6 points for the game, which actually ties her game high so far in this tournament. And Reynolds makes the 2nd. Reynolds now with 7 points, and she has 4 points just in this quarter alone. And the Eagles are up top, do have the lead, 26-24. And on the other side, Beck takes it all the way, and we're going to have a foul. Looks like this one's going to be on, I want to say this one's going to be on Leitner. And So Beck's going to go to the free throw line for 2. And that foul is on Leitner. Leitner also has 4. So Leitner and Stewart have 4 each for the Eagles. So it's not just Stage on the Comets. It's the Eagles, both their post presence have 4 fouls apiece.
And below that, they really don't have a lot of size in their lineup. So that could be a huge advantage for Peoria going forward.
Beck rattles the first one in. Beck now with 1 for 3 in the game from the free throw line. She's got 9 points. And just checking into the game for the first time today for the Eagles is number 35, Riley Isbell. And Beck will get a second one. She's trying to tie the game. See, the score is 26-25. The Eagles with the lead. Beck doesn't make that one. Nice rebound there by Craig Edwards, who gets it to Beck. Beck with the runner, and with the soft touch, Beck now with 11 points, and puts the Comets back up 1 at 27-26 with 3:13 to go in the third quarter. And on the other side, Edwards with the runner, and she's going to get fouled here. And another Comet foul, and that's going to be on Craig Edwards. Craig Edwards now with 3 fouls. So let's go down the foul trail for the Comets. Stage has 4, Hess has 3, Craig Edwards with 3, Jenna Beck with 3. So, Peter, I think the coach has 3 fouls too.
I feel like every possession we've talked about so far this game has ended with Edwardsville going to the line to shoot 2 free throws. It's just, 22 and 23 in the game so far for them?
So Reynolds with the first one off the front of the rim. So again, as a team, the Eagles are 11 for 22 from the free throw line. I'm sorry, 12 for 22 from the free throw line. Reynolds with a second one here.
So nearly half of their points so far in this game have come with no time coming off the clock.
And she converts the second one, and the game is tied again at 27. But Reynolds with 5 of the team's 7 points in this third quarter. Craig Edwards is bringing it up, works it back to Beck. Beck resets the offense. Gets it to Craig Edwards in the corner. Craig Edwards wide open for 3, can't get it. Beck with the offensive rebound. Beck can't get it. Bragg's finally able to rebound. Beck resets the offense. Beck with the runner, can't get it. And another rebound, this one by number 12, Phillips. And we're going to have a foul as Hess takes it hard to the hole. And 3 second chance opportunities there for the Comets. And now Cammie Hess will go to the free throw line for 2.
And this is what happens when your size gets in foul trouble there. Edwardsville has a size disadvantage to start this game. And with your 2 post players both sitting with 4 fouls, it makes it even harder to get stops from second and third chance opportunities. That
foul is on Langendorf, her second, team's 4th. Hess doesn't make the first. Hess now is 3 for 6 from the free throw line so far in this game, and she's got 7 points. But again, she's trying to put the Comets back up 1 as the score is tied 27-27. Again, as the team, a 6 for 12 from the free throw line. Make that 7 for 13 as a team. As Hess now with 8 points and leads back up 1 at 28-27. Again, as you see with Stage on the bench, the Comets do not have the full court pressure, and they're not able to double team the perimeter anymore.
Well, they also probably don't have the full court pressure because they would rather not risk getting more foul trouble as well.
Bozarth almost gets fouled there. Gets stuck in the corner. Dana works around to Reynolds. Reynolds trying to get down low to Isbell, who just checked in. Gets it back to Bozarth. Nice pass. And Bozarth almost gets fouled. Can't finish. And we're going to have Craig Edwards knock the ball out of bounds. The Eagles retain possession underneath their own basket. That was a great shot attempt there by Bozarth, Peter.
And Edwardsville is doing a good job now of moving the ball. They recognize that Peoria can't do anything on defense because they can't risk another foul. So they are moving freely and moving the ball freely. And we just saw a very open look there for Bozarth.
Bozarth gets it to Reynolds. Reynolds wants to take it right at back. She smartly resets the offense. Works around Langendorf. Here's Daniel in the corner.
You got to keep making good quickly.
And right away, Beck with the steal. And Beck wants to take it hard to the hole. Beck with the runner. She's going to get fouled as well. So Beck's going to go to the free throw line for two free throws. And it looks like that foul is going to be on number 3, Caitlin Reynolds. And that's going to be Caitlin Reynolds' first foul, team's 5th. So back to the free throw line for 2, where she's 1 for 4 from the free throw line in this game. So already, we have 2 minutes left in the third quarter, and it's 5-4 in fouls. So we're going to have lots of free throw attempts in the fourth quarter.
So nothing different from the first 3 quarters.
So Beck now with 12 points in the game as the lead's back up 2 at 29-27. And for the Comets, Beck's the one you want to go to the free throw line. 64% in the tournament from the free throw line. Unfortunately today, she's 2 for 5 from the free throw line. But in a close game like this, you know, going into fourth quarter, you're going to see a lot of Jenna Beck at the free throw line.
You're going to see a lot of Jenna Beck on the offensive end, I feel like, as well. She's going to have the ball in her hands, much as she's done so far this whole game. She's done a good job of getting open looks and taking good shots. They just haven't fallen so far. But good shooters keep shooting until you find your rhythm again, and I'm sure she will continue to do that. And in the meantime, she's still doing a good job on both ends of the ball. We saw that steal on the defensive side. She's done a great job of rebounding, getting her team stops on the defensive end and second and third opportunities on the offensive end. So even when she's not shooting, she's doing a great job of keeping her team in this game.
So compare that to, you know, some of your halftime stats, Peter. I mean, your second half analysis. Have you are you expecting? I guess kind of expected what you saw in the first half.
First half, with all the turnovers, it was a little bit of a choppy game. This second half has smoothed out a lot. There have been quite a few less turnovers so far these first 4 minutes. I have seen the rebounding advantage we predicted before the game started with Peoria's height come into advantage. They've taken twice as many shots in the second half as Edwardsville has, and that is because of all the second and third chance opportunities they have.
And she makes both of them. So Beck now with 12 points and the lead's back up to 3 at 30-27. Just under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Reynolds will bring it up. Got nice defense there by Phillips. Reynolds works it around to Bozarth. Wide open three-point is no good by Dan. Rebounds up and good by Langendorf. Langendorf now with 6 points, and the game is down to 1 again at 30-29. Not a lot of second chance points for the Eagles in this game, but that one was key.
Yep, that was a huge second chance point opportunity and completion with the layup finish. We've seen it complete.
Oh, Beck with a nice take. She just goes right at Langendorf. Phillips with another rebound and gets over to Craig Edwards in the corner. Craig Edwards now with 7 points and leads back up to 3. And I guess it's just another offensive rebound for the Comets. And on the other side, Langendorf gets blocked by Craig Edwards. But if you look at the rebounding advantage, Peter, 23 to 16 for the Comets,
which is what we expected to see.
Reynolds with a wide open jumper off the back of the rim, and the ball gets knocked away, and the Eagles to get the ball back underneath their own basket.
We've seen a lot different type of pressure so far from Peoria in the second half because of the foul trouble they're in. They can't risk being as intense as they were in the first half on the defensive end. And Edwardsville has had a better chance to run their offense so far.
Bozarth with the open 3-10. She's got it. Bozarth with the almost three-pointer in the corner. Her first basket of the third quarter. Cuts the lead again down to 1 at 32-31. And on the other side, Beck is going to get fouled here on the floor. And it looks like that foul is going to be on Reynolds again.
And Peoria will be.
Actually, correction, that's on Langendorf. So Langendorf just picked up her third. So the Comets will be in bonus for the rest of the game,
which could be very, very big for these next 6 minutes and 45 seconds if they continue knocking out free throws as well as they have so far this game.
Here's Beck, gets a Craig Edwards wide open in the corner. It's 2, no good. And Briggs with another offensive rebound. Briggs gets back to Beck. Beck wide open for 3 at the top of the key, in and out. And then Beck fouls her own shot, but she steps out of bounds. And the Eagles will get the ball back down 1 with 30 seconds to go. That was a two great shot attempts for the Comets, in and out. But those are the shots that if the Comets keep taking, they'll start making.
Definitely don't want to turn down any of those.
Langendorf gets a Daniel in the corner. 3-point shot attempt in and out for Reynolds, and Briggs with another rebound. And the ball gets knocked away, and it looks like the ball will go to the Eagles with 14.7 seconds to go. It was funny, Peter. The ball looked like it was off on the Eagles, but Phillips chased after. It looked like it, and the refs will call that all game, as if the player that seems to be closest to the ball.
I mean, I probably have the best view in the court, and I couldn't see who it touched.
10 seconds to go. Here's Phillips, and Bozarth gets fouled here, and that's gonna be on Hess. And now Hess with 4 fouls. So Hess and Stage with 4 fouls apiece. And that's going to be the 15th foul. So we're going to have a quick substitution here with 5.9 seconds to go as Allison Teskey checks into the ballgame for the first time today.
This is a big possession here for Edwardsville as well. You got 6 seconds left. You can get a good shot up, take the lead going into the fourth quarter, and build yourself some momentum up. I'd go to the hoop here and try and draw another foul.
Right on the basket, and Isabel gets fouled, and that foul is going to be on Craig Edwards. Craig Edwards now with 4 fouls. So again, foul trouble. Hess with 4 fouls, Stage with 4 fouls, Craig Edwards with 4 fouls, and Beck with 3 fouls. And Isbell, who will go to the free throw line for 2.
I'm glad someone listens to me in the basketball court, at least, with Edwardsville going right to the hoop. It's almost like I could coach.
Isbell, who hasn't scored in this tournament, who has yet to go to the free throw line, will go to her second shot attempt here. She's trying to tie the score with 4.8 seconds to go in the third quarter.
This is still a big free throw, too. It's a huge difference between being down 1 point going into the fourth and being tied going into the fourth quarter. It's a big change in mindset.
And she makes it. And the game is tied at 32 with 4.8 seconds to go. And they get up to Teskey. Teskey will get it to Beck. Beck with the half-court heave, and a nice offensive rebound there by Phillips. But after 3 quarters of play, Peter, my esteemed colleague, we have a tie ball game, 32-32. And if the first 3 quarters were a story, the fourth quarter should be a gem to watch here.
I would completely agree. You have a tie game through 3 quarters. I would imagine a very hard-fought, close fourth quarter as well. Shooting-wise, in that third quarter, let me tally up the numbers here. Edwardsville is 4 of 9 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, making them 9 of 27 so far in the game, which 33%. When you shoot 25. No, excuse me. How many free throws are they at now? 25?
So they're 14 for 25 from the free throw line.
When you shoot 50% from the free throw line, 9 of 27 isn't bad from the field as well. Peoria on the other end was 3 of 16 in this quarter. 0 of 6 from beyond the arc, which was a little change in their offensive MO from the first half. They only took 4 of the whole first half, or 1 of 4. They were 0 of 6 in the third quarter. So I would look for them to go more inside this fourth quarter. Their bread and butter is in the interior offense. They have the height advantage, and they have the post players to score in that spot. They did a lot of their damage in the first half from inside the lane. 2/3 of their field goals that they made were inside the red area on their offensive side. Peoria has to work the offense, look inside, and go for layups. That's where they're going to win this game.
So the Eagles with the ball to start off the fourth quarter. Just checking back in the game for the Comets is number 10 Stage. As well as number 2. We're going to have a traveling violation on the Comets. Another turnover. That is their 20th turnover of the game. So again, the Eagles to get the ball back underneath their own basket. They're finally able to get it to Langendorf. Correction. Here's Bozarth wants to take it right at Thomas. Daniel with the open 2 shot, can't get it. Bozarth fouls the shot, can't get it. And finally, Stage with the rebound. And Stage has put Stage smartly, and she's going to have a traveling violation here on Stage.
And that's
the Eagles now, though, if you look on the offense, it's totally changed gears with the Eagles. They're getting second chance points. Bozarth missed the jump, but again, the Eagles so feisty now down low, and this has all changed since the Comets have 3 players with 4 fouls.
It's all foul trouble. The Comets would love to be aggressive on the defensive end, pressure as much as they wanted to, and then go for all the boards they wanted to, but they really have to be selective, as we see tipped out of bounds, staying with the Eagles. They have to be selective in their decision making now in this fourth quarter. Because being on the court is more valuable than, say, one particular possession here for Peoria. And they have to watch and be smart on the defensive end, go for clear opportunities for steals. You can't do anything that's risky here, especially if you have 4 fouls, which 3 of the 5 players on the court do at the moment.
Reynolds with the jumper, can't get it. Nice rebound there by Briggs. Briggs now with 5 rebounds in this game. Craig Edwards is bringing up, works around to Beck. Beck carries it, loses out of bounds. It was going to be a turnover either or there, Peter.
And that is 3 turnovers in the first minute for Peoria in this fourth quarter. That is not the way you want to start out. On the plus side, they've done a great job on the defensive end so far in this first minute and 5 seconds. Pressuring Edwardsville and not giving up any baskets. So they are still tied here.
Bozarth works around to Daniel. Bozarth almost gets fouled there by time. Reynolds resets the offense. Reynolds with the poor pass, Beck with the steal. And here's Thomas ahead of the pack. Thomas with the fade, can't get it. Beck with the offense put back, and she can't get it. Beck with another offense. Stage is able to get it, and Stage gets with the poor pass. And here's Lenzendorf, takes it right at Briggs, and Briggs is going to get We're going to have a foul here, and it looks like that foul is going to be on.
I believe that was just out of bounds.
Oh, they just knocked out of bounds. Peter, I'm so used to saying a foul on that person. I could say a foul on that person after someone makes a shot there. So
I mean, I'm with you there. We've seen a couple of them so far this game.
So again, both teams in bonus the rest of the way. 4:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Reynolds in the corner. Again, Stage has to be careful. She has 4 fouls. Works it back to Bozarth.
And Edwardsville,
And the steal by Thomas, and Thomas is ahead of the pack, and she's gonna get fouled here. Nice effort there by Thomas with the steal. She'll go to the free throw line for 2, and Reynolds had a fouler there, but so again the Comets in bonus the rest of the way, but in this case Thomas to the free throw line for 2.
Peoria's done a good job, as we saw there with Thomas, and possession before as well with Beck. They're doing a good job of reading where Edwardsville wants to go with the ball on the offensive end and picking passes. They're picking passing lanes, and they're doing so without having to go through any contact, as we see Thomas knocked down the first. So they're doing a good job of being less physical on the defensive end while still being as effective in the passing lanes. That's been huge so far in this fourth quarter.
Thomas now with 5 points in this game, and the lead is back up to 1 at 33-32. Thomas with 3 for 3 in this game from the free throw line. Make that 4 for 4 and 6 points total, and leads back up to 2. And right away, the Comets, who haven't put the full court pressure on since the first half, put the full court pressure back on, and the Eagles are able to break it. Nice. Here's Lenzendorf. Lenzendorf takes it right at Craig Edwards, and the ball gets knocked away, and the ball will go to the Comets. Not the smartest play there for Lenzendorf. You know, she didn't have the numbers on her side, and the ball rolls out of bounds.
The right idea of going to the hoop, but sometimes if it's not there, you can't try and force it, especially in this situation. I would have brought it back out, but hey, get a stop on the defensive end, and all is still well.
Craig Edwards wide open for 3 in the corner, off the back of the rim. Stage almost picks up her 5th foul. They don't, but then right away she'll pick up full court pressure. Reynolds almost gets fouled. Reynolds with the runner, and she's gonna get fouled here, and that's gonna be on Craig Edwards. So Craig Edwards is gonna get fouled. He's gonna foul out here.
Good job, kid. Miracle, good job.
So Craig Edwards just picked up her 5th foul.
And that is a big loss for Peoria, because Craig Edwards is our outside shooting threat. She's knocked down 8 3-pointers this tournament, and the next highest would be 3 from Thomas. So Peoria, who is struggling a little bit to shoot from outside so far this game, now loses their best weapon, and that's really going to change the complexity of their offense, I feel like, from here going forward.
So again, that was the 17th foul. Again, the Comets are just they've called it all game with just very, very close. They're not limiting the hand checks, and that one, you know, she was standing. She just made the notion. First one's up and off the front of the rim for Caitlin Reynolds. And the Eagles still on that scoring drought. They haven't scored so far in this fourth quarter.
And this is where you really want to score. Down 2 in the fourth quarter, you've got to make free throws. No time goes off the clock. And this is your best opportunity to cut into this 2-point lead.
First, and she hits the second one. So that cuts the lead to 1 at 34-33. 3:36 to go in the fourth quarter. Again, and we're going to have a foul, and this one looks like it's going to be on Bozarth. So Beck will go to the free throw line for 1-and-1.
If you're Edwardsville now, you also have to be smarter at the defensive end. That is not the foul you want, with you already being in the bonus situation. Fouled 80 feet from the hoop. Like I mentioned earlier, if the player you're guarding has you beat, you have to be smart here and accept defeat here. She still has to go all the way down court. I'm not sure if a full court press in this situation now will be a great idea. It's been effective so far this game. Peoria does have 22 turnovers, but it's kind of a risk-reward thing with this foul situation, because if you send Peoria to the line with no time going off the clock, I feel like Peoria has a rebounding advantage, so they can really work for second and third chance points off those free throws as well.
Again, so to reset, the Comets with the 1-point lead, 34-33. Beck to the free throw line for a 1-to-1. Beck with 13 points in this game. She leads all scorers. And again, she's been the heart and soul of the Comets throughout the year. She averages 18 points a game in the season, 15 points a game in this tournament. And she's just trying to extend the 1-point lead for the Comets.
Another little fun fact, we are 2.5 minutes into the fourth quarter, and we have no made field goals either, which is really shows how the defensive intensities have picked up.
Beck in and out with the free throw, and Bozarth with another rebound. Bozarth will bring it up. The Eagles with the numbers. Bozarth takes it right at Briggs, gets a nice pass down low, and Stewart's can get fouled. And it looks like it could be either Briggs or Beck. I'm not sure which one. So Leitner to the free throw line for 2.
Looks like it's on Briggs.
So that's me. Briggs' third. So Leitner with 3 points in this game. She's been out most of it with foul trouble, but she's averaged 5 points a game in this tournament. Leitner can't convert in the first. Oh, Peter, I've noticed, you always hear people, people with coughing problems always before free throws. I don't know if that's just, if it's the dry air, if it's the quietness, but
nervous tick.
Nervous tick. I mean, so Leitner 1 for 3 from the free throw line. She gets another one. And she misses both, and then Stage with the rebound, and then Beck brings it up. 2 missed attempts there by Leitner, and those were huge. She needed at least one of them to tie the game. And on the other side, Beck with the shot attempt. She can't get it. Hess with the offensive rebound. And here, what Phillips works it around to Beck. Beck resets the offense. I'm sorry, Thomas. Thomas back to Beck. 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. The Comets with the 1-point lead.
And it looks like Peoria is going to work with a little clock here. Make Edwardsville come out of that zone and guard him.
2:48 to go. Again, Beck works around us. Hess, smart pass back to Beck. Again, 3-point shot attempt is no good by Thomas, but she gets her own rebound. Thomas with a shot, and in and out again. Finally, Leitner able with the rebound. 2 missed shot attempts by Thomas, and then Thomas almost fouls Bozarth.
We are still looking for our first made field goal in this fourth quarter as well.
Here's Daniel wide open for 2 in the corner. Off the back, but Bozarth fouls on shot, and Bozarth gets blocked by Bragg. And it looks like the ball goes out on the Eagles. But Bozarth, who took it hard at Bragg, but Bragg with a huge block on that side, Peter.
That was a big defensive play. Bragg did a good job there of staying straight up, not coming down on the ball, and they didn't call the foul. That's good defense. Really good, sound defense.
Beck with Reynolds with the steal, and Reynolds wants to take it all the way to the hole, and she gets it off the backboard. Reynolds with the first basket of the fourth quarter for either team puts the Eagles back up by 1 with 1:55 to go, and right on the other side, Hess with the shot can't get it. Rebound by Daniel, but stolen away by Stage, and Beck with the shot up and good. Beck gets fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line for 1. What a huge shot there by Jenna Beck.
That was a very, very big turn of events there for Peoria. Not only getting the steal, but also Beck finishing on that foul to draw the and 1 here.
Now that was Bozarth's 4th foul. So again, Beck puts the Comets back up 1 at 36-35. Beck, another missed free throw, a rebound by Daniel. Again, Reynolds, 1:45 to go in the fourth quarter. This has been a great game between 2 teams all throughout. Works around to Bozarth. Bozarth finally able to get to Reynolds. 1:30 to go. Reynolds will reset the offense. Reynolds with a nice pass to Lenzendorf, wide open underneath the basket, in and out, and the ball gets tipped away and it'll go right back to the Comets. Lenzendorf had nobody around her, and she missed the easy bunny.
And that's one you gotta have if you're gonna win close games like this, because we're gonna see a timeout here from Coach Stage. That was a great pass, great look. Just the finish rattled in and out. Sometimes, sometimes the rim isn't so forgiving on shots like that. It happens. Edwardsville can't dwell on that shot. It's still a 1-point game. There's still a minute and a half to go. A lot of time, especially with the way the fouls have been called. We could have another 20 minutes of game time here for a minute and a half. So Edwardsville just has to focus on playing good defense here. Maybe drawing a turnover. Peoria may not go for a shot, as we saw earlier. They had a 1-point lead, and they were trying to take time off the clock and draw Edwardsville out of their zone. So we may see that tactic again. If so, Edwardsville has to do a good job of getting in passing lanes, potentially drawing or getting a steal, and boxing out on a rebound if they do go to fouling.
So for the Comets-wise, in this situation, you got to get the ball in Jenna Beck's hands. That's, again, the leading scorer for the team throughout the year, been the heart and soul of this team. She leads the way with 15 points in this game.
I raise you a wild card here and say you give the ball to Miracle Thomas, who is 4 of 4 from the free throw line so far this game. especially if Edwardsville goes to fouling.
Again, here is your own Miracle Thomas, Peter. She's able to break the full court pressure by herself. 1:22 to go in the fourth quarter. Again, the Eagles are going to have to extend. Peter, at some point, the Eagles will have to pick up the man-to-man defense as well.
Unless they want to watch the rest of the game be passed out around the three-point line, they have to go man-to-man, and they have to get in the passing lanes, because right now Peoria has very easy open lanes to throw between two players.
Again, they've got to pick man-to-man defense up. So we're under a minute to go in the fourth quarter, and right away here's Beck again. They have to foul as long as Beck's smart with the ball. 49 seconds to go. Beck almost pulls her feet up. Here's again, has 43 seconds to go. That's a 36-35. Leitner all over Beck. Beck's going to have to almost barely get to the Hess. And we're going to have a timeout. So why did the Comets here, Peter, call a timeout? Because clearly the Comets, the Eagles weren't fouling. So I don't know why the Comets felt the need to call a timeout here.
After Edwardsville switched from that zone to a man-to-man, it appeared as though the Comets got a little dysfunctional on the offensive end. They knew what they were supposed to do against the zone, just pass it around the outside. But we saw a couple moments there where Beck picked up her dribble a long way away from the basket and didn't really have an outlet. And Hess had the same problem there when the timeout was called. So Coach Stage is probably in the huddle telling her team to be patient, be smart, don't pick up your dribble. And for the rest of the team, they give the person with the ball outlets. If you have no one to pass to, if you feel like you're on an island in the offensive end, especially a one-point game, you have hands slapping at you, looking for a steal, you need outlets, and the people who don't have the ball have to be conscious of that and have to get themselves open. If you're Edwardsville, I say you go for a quick steal here and then go right to fouling. You want to extend this game, you play defense there for about a minute, and now I feel like you need to either get the ball back or get the ball back somehow, either through a turnover or forcing Peoria to go to the line.
All right, so back to the free throw line portion. It's the Comets are 11 for 19 in this game from the free throw line. And like you said, Miracle Thomas has been the best free throw shooter for the team in this game. Breaks the inbounds, 33 seconds to go. Leitner all over breaks, finally able to get up to Beck. Beck double dribble, they didn't call it. Beck will bring it up, and she gets the ball stolen away. Finally able to go to Phillips. Phillips wide open for three. Sorry, Thomas wide open for three, can't get it. And we have a timeout for the Eagles. But let's go back. I mean, I don't know why Thomas felt the need to shoot it, but it was back to your point. You thought she was the one that was going to take the shot. She had an open look. They needed to foul in that situation, but she had an open look, and that would have been, in the words of my friend and yours, Wayne Larrabee, the dagger.
That would have been the dagger. But yet, even though you have an open look, it's a very enticing shot, and Miracle Thomas is a three-point shooter too. Half of her made shots before today came from the three-point line. That's one you want to hold and make the defense come out to you and send you to the line. You're shooting 100% from the line. You've shown a lot of confidence from the free throw line. And if you have the ball, you can't lose the game. And now Edwardsville here has a chance to take the lead. After that was a great rebound too by Edwardsville. As they had, we mentioned, had a trouble with the size disadvantage rebounding in the second half. They did a great job of making that a one-shot possession. And I'm interested to see what they're going to do coming out of this timeout. Do you go for a quick score, or do you hold the ball for the last shot, Ryan?
I think in this situation, the Comets are very, very apt to fouling, and I would get the ball in Bolzart's hands, and I would try to take it hard at the hole and try to get fouled.
It's not a bad strategy. I mean, it's worked for him so far this game.
Reynolds is able to get the ball up court. 18 seconds. We're gonna have a foul. And that foul's going to be looks like on Thomas. So Thomas just picked up her first. So Thomas was the only one without foul trouble. And like I said, they didn't even have to take it to the hole because they knew that someone for the Comets would foul them regardless.
Yep, that's not an ideal foul. It was a good job trying to play defense for Thomas, but as I mentioned a few times today, you have to know when you're beat. You can't try and make something out of nothing. And there, she should have just let her go and had defensive help. That's what defensive rotations are for.
So Reynolds 7 for 12 from the free throw line in this game. And she in and out on that one. Beck with the rebound, and the Eagles are going to have to foul here real quick. Beck now with 11 rebounds, and they don't foul. There's 11 seconds to go, and they almost they need a foul here at some point. 7 seconds to go. 5 seconds. Are they just going to let the clock run out here? This is 3 seconds to go, and this 2, and that's it. The Eagles don't foul, and that's the game. congratulations to Peoria Christ for the 5th place winners at the 2016 Illinois Grade School State Tournament as they defeat the Eagles 36-35. And Peter, I got, give some comment. I've got to add, that last stretch there, why didn't the Eagles foul?
I don't have a good answer for you. With that much time on the clock, you either have to get a steal right away or go for the foul and try and get the ball back somehow. I
would like to...
I am asking the same question you are. I don't have a good answer for you.
Both teams on their game. I don't think this game, any team had a lead over 3 points this whole game. It was evenly matched. Congratulations to both teams. Let's have our 6th place finisher in our 2016 state tournament, the Eagles from Edwardsville, Trinity. Come forward and accept your plaque. Congratulations, girls. We'll see you next year. And our 5th place finisher in state 2016, the Comets from Peoria Christ. Congratulations, girls.
So to give a little, the final stats for the game, the Comets.
The next game will start in 10 minutes.
So the Comets defeat the Eagles 36-35. Leading scorers for the Comets, Jenna Beck with 15 and 11 rebounds, so she had a double-double. Cammie Hess with 8 points, Denali Craig Edwards with 7, and Miracle Thomas with 6. And for the Eagles, leading scorers with Caitlin Reynolds with 11, Elena Bozarth with 8, Chloe Langendorf and Emma Daniel both with 6 apiece, Jennifer Leitner with 3, and Riley Isbell with 1. Again, so we'll be up. We've got the boys' 5th place game here up next, and after that, we'll be back with the 3rd place girls game here at 12:30. So again, this is Ryan Roth and Peter Roth signing out. Again, what a great first game of this morning, and I can't wait for what's in store for the rest of the afternoon, Peter.
We've got a lot to look forward to.
All right, well, thanks again. A great game, both teams, and we'll be back here shortly with the 5th place action.